Good morning. Good morning. It's 2:59 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. I had inside my shoulders especially this shoulder and then this whole arm, for maybe a good month. I was feeling like extreme numbness, and you know how you try to self-diagnose yourself. You try to do a lot of doctor.com and trying to Google it and figure out what's going on. And I'm one of those people. I try to take care of myself so that I don't have to worry about medicine taking care of me, or being victim to some type of cold, but more so having a body that is ready to go, that is efficient, that's effective, that can handle the weather changes and a long day. But I was having these different things, and I was trying to figure out what it is. And at one point, probably about, I want to say maybe last year, I had I don't remember if it was swelling or I don't recall what it was. I remember I went to the doctor and I think they said it was inflammation. And I started taking like Advil, stuff like that, to eliminate any type of inflammation of the muscle. But see, what I failed to do was I had taken the stuff to get the inflammation, but I never had really regained my strength back in that arm. So doing pull-ups and dips and all that other stuff that I like to do, and bench press became difficult because I had a weaker arm. And I'm saying all this to say that sometimes we look to resolve what we believe to be the problem, the symptom, but we never actually go to the heart or the root of the issue and solve that. So the problem resurfaces, and that's literally any aspect of life. When you don't get to the root of things, all you're doing is on the surface level taking care of a smaller problem that's still lingering there. So I started, asking some more questions, and I started doing more research, and making sure that I don't want to sit here and play like I'm the doctor, because that could be very unsafe. But I can do preventative measures and I can just track the results that I'm getting. So I started thinking about, well, what creates inflammation and what's a good cure for inflammation? And I found out that turmeric and ginger, or specifically turmeric, was a great remedy for inflammation. So I said, well, if it is inflammation, then taking turmeric's not going to hurt me. Matter of fact, even if you don't have inflammation, taking turmeric is going to help you. Having garlic is going to help you. Having ginger is going to help you. So I say, well, what else causes inflammation? What other things? And I took a poll. I took a Facebook doctor poll. People on Facebook always want to help you. And the majority of the things that they said created inflammation, I don't consume. Dairy, meaning milk, cheese. I don't do any milk. And very little cheese. But then I got to thinking, I do cream cheese on a bagel, which is also sugar. But then I started looking at some of the other things I was consuming. Meats. And I don't do a whole lot of red meat like steak. Do a lot of chicken. So I had decided that I wanted to try something for about 2 weeks, and I'm 1 weekend, and that was consuming no meat. No meat. I started Monday. Today's Thursday. No meat. And sometimes in order to cure or self-diagnose the problems, you have to get rid of some things around you. You got to get rid of some things that you feel in your heart may not be good for you. And you just have to say goodbye. No more. And that's hard. I know that's hard. Because that applies to people that you know you shouldn't have around you. Things you shouldn't see. Groups you shouldn't be a part of. Conversations going on about other people you know you ain't got no business talking about. But if you're going to preserve yourself, you know, if you've really identified your purpose and you want to preserve yourself, you have to be willing to let go. You have to be willing to release. You know, I didn't say I'm not going to have meat ever. And I'm sorry if when I say meat, I mean meat. I mean like an animal. 4 legs or 2 legs in some instance if you eat kangaroo. But I do keep fish in my diet. And I didn't say it was forever. But sometimes you can take away something and start seeing another quality of life that you never thought was possible. And it was simply brought on by making the decision that this thing that I feel, see, I don't need a whole lot of convincing if I feel something's holding me back. And I gotta tell you, even though I'm 4 days into my, and this isn't for religious purposes, just because it happens to be Lent. This is really just for my health. And I gotta tell you, on top of other supplements and some other things that I am taking, a part of a company that I'm a part of, I don't have any inflammation. No fear of lifting heavy weights. And it's all because I make the decision to let something go. You have to sometimes make the decision to let something go. You have no choice. Because whatever it is that you're holding on to, that you know in your heart you should be letting go, I have a feeling that it's hurting you more than you think.